Madam Clerk, do we now have a quorum?
Yes.
All right. The floor is open for nominee for Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor, I nominate Clay Cole.
I refuse to nomination. Don't do that.
Will you withdraw it, or do we have to go through with an ask for a second?
I'll withdraw, you won't do it.
Okay. I will ask for a nomination.
I nominate our newest person over there, one of our newest persons over there, Mr. Stan Parten, excuse me.
All right, we're gonna get the new guy.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second.
Who's the second?
Polly.
I'm sorry?
I did.
Okay.
All in favor of Stan Parten being the Mayor Pro Tem, please signify by raised hand. Unanimous. He even raised his hand. Outside
I'm
that.
gonna go against it right now.
We have to go into a public hearing right at this time to look over the general fund and SPOS budget. This is a public hearing. Anybody has any comments, reference to, and it must be comments, please, reference to the budget, please speak up now.
Mayor, I'm not sure if I was appropriate, but I would like to suggest we put something for supplies for Scratch Festival and put events and holidays. And there was a place for it at one time, but there's not now. And I would love to see something happening in town, even if it's small. And
Like, what we'll do, we'll take your previous suggestion, and if it comes about that we see that that's necessary, we will do a budget adjustment to take that in.
okay,
At this time, I do need a motion to accept or decline. Accept the budget. That's what we don't do. We don't take a motion.
No, we're just still in the public hearing, we
Oh,
closed
we're in
the
the
public
public
hearing, and we
hearing.
adopted it in the.
There you go. We have to adopt it in the regular meeting,
Not tonight.
not tonight. Okay. All right, you bossing this. Then the motion to adjourn the public hearing is in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn in a second. All in favor, raise hand. Meeting adjourned. We'll go into the regular meeting at this point. In your packages was the minutes of the meeting of the 7th of December. You have, or when you do, read or have read, what is your pleasure as to the acceptance of it?
Make a motion, we accept them as written.
Motion to accept, is there a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Now we have a motion and a second. Was there any additions, corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of the acceptance of the, as written, please signify by raised hand. Unanimous. In your packet, you will find a list of the people that are on the ethics committee. These people have been contacted and will take the position. We will accept a motion to take on these three people as our ethics committee.
Make a motion.
There's a motion.
I second it.
Motion is second. Any additions or corrections to
Should
that?
I abstain from voting on this since one of them is a relative?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
and may I make it, well, you got to second it first. Did you second, it's been second.
We have a second.
May I make a comment now?
Yes, ma'am.
This is not personal. I think because Blue is the son of Clay and Clay is on the council, that it appears, it doesn't appear exactly according to Hall. I don't know a good thing to say about that. It just, the appearance of it is not good because they're related, this relationship, and in all of the code, ethics statements and the ordinance, it mentions relationships several times. And though both of them, I mean, Blue would be great, but I think the relationship might be questionable. And I can't help it. I talked at length with Mayor Staley about it this morning, and I understand that I think it would be great doing the job, but I just think it appears, could appear biased.
Okay, thank you, Polly, for your comment. Any other comments? Hearing none, all in favor of the acceptance of these three people, please signify by raised hand.
I can't,
We got three positive, one abstention, and all against, please signify by the same sign, and one against. Next item in your packet is the steering committee. We were asked by the lady to choose 5 to 7 people, and in knowing that some of the people might not make it all the time, we expanded that a few more because there's some of those on the list. There's a possibility that they won't be able to make every meeting, and some of the meetings will be, probably many of the meetings will be during the daytime. You have the list in front of you. Motion to accept those.
Are all these agreeable? That they agree to do that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All of them have been contacted. Now, I didn't contact Kevin and Bobby, but
I did.
Holly did.
Okay.
Is there a motion one way or the other? Motion to accept these people?
I'll make a motion.
There's a motion to my left. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any comments, questions on the people on the list? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by raised hand.
Abstain.
We have 4 positive, 1 abstention. Mr. Cole?
Why is he abstaining?
There are 2 relatives on the list.
He has relatives on the list. Problem we got with a small town, you either gotta be related to one another or live next door to one another, one or the other. Sometimes even both. This was a short meeting to this point, but at this time, we will go to the public and see if we have any comments from the public.
Nothing.
Who are these people
Who are these people?
on the comprehensive committee?
I don't exactly know how to answer that question.
Do they live here in town?
No, they do not all live in town, but they don't all have to. They all have to have some interest in the town, whether it be business or interest of one or the other.
I don't see one name on here of any kind of business on it.
Tim Ridley.
Tim Ridley is a business, has been here for 30-something years.
Where's he at?
Coweta Dog Care.
Okay. Well, that's the only one.
Well, we don't have to have but one that from outside that has a business here. Any more questions on any of the others?
No, I was just curious, you know.
And justified, yes, ma'am. Did we vote on that? We voted, okay, positive. More public comments? Ms. Staley, you want to give a report on the library?
But we're still working. We're trying to get it organized and arranged so it can be used.
I have a question for you, Miss Staley. I have a set of encyclopedias. Can I donate them to the library?
Well, we've had another offer, so what encyclopedias do you have?
I believe they're World Book.
Well,
I can check that.
we've had an offer of a set of world books.
How old are they? That would be a
I
question.
believe
too.
they're in the 80s. I don't know, but I can check.
Okay. I don't know what yours are.
Mid-90s.
Oh, so he's.
That's newer, so.
Nothing else from public? Has the council had any members of the public to come before them with any questions or concerns? Starting over here.
Nothing, not this month.
I had one before I was elected, before I got sworn in. You want to hear that one now?
That's fine, yes, ma'am.
It's over on Marshall Way. There are 2 or 3 houses over there that back up to the old Highway 16. And they said even before these gosh awful floods, their yards, when it rains hard, are just inundated. And one of them called his house, it was like a moat around a castle. If it weren't for his driveway, he couldn't get out of his yard. And those are the 2 or 3, I guess 2 or 3 and 4 down from the entrance to Marshall Way.
Can you give me some addresses?
I'll get exact addresses, yeah.
I've had 2 others that I've had to go look at during this rain. And we've, the county has given them permission through the county commissioners meeting to clear up those. But all they did in one of them was take some of the brush out. We still got to dredge it. So let me know if maybe we can get them on that
We'll
too.
get them to tomorrow.
Right, unless it's on the private property, then obviously we can't do anything about it. But we'll look.
But it may drain from the public, so how do you decide that now?
Well, just let me have the addresses.
Okay,
I'll
I'll do
look.
that, do that tomorrow.
Anything? Nobody? Clerk's comments?
We will be having a meeting, January 25th, Monday, to adopt the budget, millage rate, and finish our first of the year business. Yes, 7 p.m.
Nothing else?
No.
Okay. Mayor's minutes, I want to welcome the new council members. Neither one of you are totally new, because both of you have been here before and done that. So, but we're glad to have you back. And at this time, even though they're not present, I would like to say how much we appreciated the service of those that are off the council, and hope they will still continue to participate in the city's works from now on out. You notice when you came in, if you hadn't tried to get a look at it in the daylight, the parking lot has been striped. The stormwater drains have been put in all the way down, the 3-foot pipe all the way down. The new septic tank is scheduled for Thursday or Friday of this week to start on the drain field, and that will go for about a week to a week and a half and should be completed. And it comes at a good time because we did have septic tank problems New Year's Eve, and the mayor had to come down here and stop a bad problem. So we're glad to have the new septic tanks going in. Anything else to come before council?
Can I ask you just one thing, Mayor, and we've talked about it. Can we add to our agenda every time old business for the things that came up at a meeting that just don't get resolved but need to get brought up again?
Most of the time we catch it like the only thing that came up at a previous meeting that should have been on the old business tonight was the street light at the corner of Main Street and 16, and we have turned the contract back over to DOT. They have sent a signed copy back, so that has been handled. That would have been the only thing tonight, but we will start that. Good idea.
I got 2 things I'd just like to ask about. One, I noticed they did the parking lot, the cement bumpers that are normally out there. Are they going back in?
Yeah, they're going back in. They pulled the stakes out because naturally
Yeah.
it won't go back in the same place, but they needed to do the striping first.
You know, I don't think they necessarily need to be everywhere, but at least protecting the building, because, you know, it's very easy somebody to roll forward just enough to put a, you know, dent in the building.
Yeah, we're gonna put those back across here. And you notice if you saw it today as it striped, the handicap parking spaces are right here now. Cut down by 1 space over here, but we had to because we couldn't put it back. Originally, you know, we had one on the other side of what is now the porch. And so we had to move it over here to comply.
One more thing I touch on, the mayor kind of hit on it, but I understand that on Christmas Eve, the people that were ready to sing called the mayor to report that the toilets in there were overflowing sewage during their party.
New Year's Eve.
Well, Wendell comes up here late at night on Christmas Eve
New Year's Eve.
and cleans both bathrooms by himself. There's,
Yes, sir.
and I told him, I said, the town should know how blessed they are, because if I was mayor or anybody had called me, I'd have put a sign up there that says, it's out of order, folks, I'll give you money back or whatever. We'll get it taken care of. But I wouldn't have come up here late at night on a Christmas Eve and got a shovel and whatever else they used to clean it up.
New Year's.
There's not New Year's. We're very lucky to have somebody that's dedicated to this town.
Thank you, Clay, I appreciate it. And
On the subject of handicap, back when I was on the council before, they were supposed to put handicap designations somewhere on the library side or either right toward the corner. They never got around to doing it. Are we in compliance with all of that, with the handicap? It should have been done back 10 years ago.
in front of the library,
In that area, there was supposed to be another handicap spot. Maybe you don't need it anymore.
no, I don't think we need it
Okay.
anymore.
I think it's
Aye.
parking up on the road, up in the parallel parkings and stuff.
We have to have one in parallel parking?
No, but I think that accounts for it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't think we had to have one there.
I've got one question. Where do we stand on the water agreement with Turin, the mower?
We looked into the water agreement, we made the changes. The night that you and Polly and I were over their meeting, they said at that night that he says to me, we have the contracts both with the county and your contracts completed. I said, did you put everything in it that we requested? He said, everything. Well, when I got to reading it right quick, I saw that it wasn't in there. So I went up to their attorney and I said, Ted, you hadn't got the changes. And he was reluctant, and all of a sudden I said, we've got to have these things in there. So he took it back. They say they made the changes, but the mayor wouldn't let them give it back to us, that he wouldn't sign it or let Tony sign it as mayor pro tem until after the first of the year. So that's where we stand.
Because it was supposed to be done by the first of the year, wasn't
We wanted it done by the first of the year.
Okay.
That's what that committee wanted, and that's what we wanted, but it had not been done. I understand that Ted Meeker, their attorney, is holding it, and I don't know on whose orders, but I have a good idea
The attorney's holding it, you say?
right now, probably on the orders
The
of
Turin
someone.
attorney.
Ted Meeker.
it? Okay.
Anything else? At this time, we would like to adjourn the meeting, but tonight I got a little cramp in my hand, so I'm gonna have some help with this gavel. Shelby, you think you could help me with it?
That was the bribe to keep it quiet.
All right. Good job.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna get that to
You're
the
not
fireplace.
offended by that, are you?
No.
Good, good, good.